All right, rundown. It is officially Super Bowl week. We are at, what are we at? What's the name of this hotel?
Z Ocean.
Z Ocean Hotel. We've taken it over. Unbelievable view. Very
Amsterdam
Miami. Dan, that shirt's fire. Andy
Baby Yoda.
holding a Baby Yoda, holding a Lombardi trophy, 38 copyright violations in one.
We had a big meeting, T-shirt meeting, and I was invited. I don't know why. And my contribution was what sells. Andy Reid in Hawaiian shirts, holding Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that big time sells. All right, it's brought to you by Phillips and Arelco. They're sponsoring. Basically, well, let's start with the most innovative electric grooming tools help you do what feels right. The Phillips and Arelco One Blade is the one tool that will let you trim, edge, and shave any length of hair with a single pass. It's easy to use for both face and body, perfect for getting us looking our best here in Miami all week long. Your style made simple. One Blade does it all. Go to phillips.com/Norelco Barstool to save $5 off the Phillips and Norelco One Blade Face or One Blade Face and Body Shaver by using code Barstool.
It's legit raining.
It's rain.
And the wind picked up as soon as you came up here. You brought the wind with you, Dan.
But that's Miami.
That is Miami.
Is that how the locals say it?
Yeah, you get
Miami?
rain quick.
Yeah.
Comes
You
in.
need those Miami.
Yeah, it rains in the morning, takes the top off of it.
Every time we do something, though, it's a little surreal. I mean, the fact we got the whole hotel basically to ourselves, the rundown overviewing South Beach, across the street, we're doing radio. What's the name of the radio spot?
Tequila Chicas.
Tequila
This
Chicas.
is by far our most logical setup we've ever had. Usually we're like 45 minutes away. You got to go to the other side of town.
I texted Kevin, it's crazy just the idea that, and I even screwed it up because I went to the pool thinking we were taping at the pool and not here, but we got texted like by 5 different people being like, are you okay for the rundown?
Yep.
Like we have
There's a team
staff now.
making it happen.
Yeah, trying to help us. Idiots. And again, I was still 2 minutes late.
So the lead story, obviously, Kobe Bryant. I saw your text, Kevin, when it happened, that it's the most shocking sports. That the only thing that is what Roberto Clemente. That's the only.
Yeah, Thurman Munson.
Thurman Munson. People were saying Thurman Munson, Roberto Clemente.
Magic when he had.
But I mean,
AIDS.
nobody was on. Kobe's that much bigger of an athlete, that much higher of a stature, And I mean, people threw out the Munich plane crash in the 70s.
Right.
I guess there are bigger
I would
tragedies, but
I would
level
say
of
shocking news, and he's not. It was Magic AIDS. I would put because that was like a death sentence.
Right, at the time.
Magic beat AIDS.
But the thing with Kobe too is that he always, in your mind, you're like, he's gonna be like 85 years old,
Still playing.
sitting courtside at Staples Center, trash talking some like 20-year-old. And like you just thought that was what was gonna happen, and it's
out of everybody, he did kind of have that like invincible feeling.
Right.
So for him to be the one guy who dies early is
because he had that
shocking.
determination, that like will to win that you don't see.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
very.
I'm like surprised he didn't survive the crash.
Right.
He was just that kind of guy.
Crazy.
And with anything like that, what makes it so shocking is when it's that type of accident, when you're 100% healthy, and then like just hit by a car, or plane crash, or whatever. Just absolutely stunning.
And then I mean, his daughter being on it.
Daughter,
yeah.
teammates, the whole thing.
And the surreal part of it, and different, but the surreal part, when it broke TMZ and then the website went down because so many people were clicking on it, and the search for details, there was an element for a very brief time, like they got hacked, TMZ.
Yeah.
Then you get different parts confirming it and the name.
Terrible
chaos for
job
half an hour.
with the daughters. I mean, there was outlets reporting all of his
I heard
daughters
terrible
died.
job by
Rick Fox died.
Terrible
We killed
job by
Rick Fox for a
everyone
minute.
because TMZ, as they were right, obviously, but they reported it before the families were notified.
Could you imagine
which is
finding out you
horrendous.
lost your daughter and your husband before
insane.
the cops tell you? Jesus.
Yeah, that's a horrific. I didn't actually even know that.
Yeah. The sheriff's department did a good job when they did like their press conference. They shredded TMZ, being like, "You're supposed to wait for us."
I think there was also a video that circulated that went viral of the crash that was not the crash.
Right.
So there was all sorts of things. It's just raining.
Do you does it make
Straight
you
up
think twice
raining.
about taking helicopters anywhere? I feel like sometimes you take a helicopter when it maybe is not totally necessary.
No,
And it's like,
life is
risking
one
it.
of those. It more like, I'm gonna be honest. My reaction on it,
You were mushy.
No, I wasn't mushy.
Well, I mean, I was surprised by the quote tweet.
Yeah, well, it does. Anything like that makes you take a step back, and like
Absolutely.
anything can happen in any moment. You get so caught up in the day-to-day shit. I wasn't so much, and this may come like, I didn't love Kobe. Obviously, one of the great players, and it's super sad anything happens. But I wasn't like sad. It more made me just reflect, but I wasn't like losing sleep because tragedies happen every day. I didn't know him. I wasn't a fan of his necessarily. I appreciated like his greatness. It more like shit, man. You got to appreciate the life.
Yeah, I felt like fans crying was like.
No, if I was a Laker fan,
I
grew up, and if that was Larry Bird or
saw,
somebody,
guys I know, like average fans who I know aren't like Lakers fans, being like, I'm fighting back tears, and I mean, it definitely impacted me, and I was thinking about like my daughter and shit like that, but I wasn't gonna cry.
No, but the crazy thing about Kobe and like what I think speaks to him as like the force of nature he was, that even if you weren't a Laker fan, if you were a rival fan, you felt something about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was one of those players that you had an opinion on him, good or bad, and that's rare in sports. Like you can't say that about every sports.
Dude, I mean everything, even just like people saying Kobe when you like shoot, shoot a piece of garbage into the say Kobe.
Iconic.
The name, the Jordan comparison, all of it. It's crazy.
And it always with a site like ours puts, especially ours, puts it in you're in sort of like a weird spot. Like we posted over right away by accident. It was still going. And when can you joke? Like Kevin and I were talking before. Like the guy, I ordered coffee from room service today. The guy walks in and he's like, "That news, Kobe." I'm like, "Yeah, horrible." He's like, "Well, at least he got to see LeBron break his record."
Oh
like,
man,
he was dead serious.
Yeah. That wasn't a joke.
No.
Oh.
And
if there's like one person in the world,
I thought it was like a LeBron fan.
No, I actually said, "I'm like." You think you want to see that? And
no.
We were somber talking about it. I was like, I don't know, man. And then instantly, I'm like, can I tweet that my room service guy just said, thank God, the last
I think
week?
24 hours or so. And then,
I mean, I saw a tweet that said Kobe passing. I can't believe it. Like, that's
I think
funny.
I think it's slowly.
The ball, he doesn't pass.
Yeah, the shock, and then you go back to regular business.
There was a Tom Izzo video out there telling.
Yeah, that was sad.
But did you see how kind of happy Tom Izzo was?
Oh, he loved breaking news.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about that for years.
Yeah, listen,
like the biggest
listen. I did tell the woman sitting next to me on the plane because she wasn't using her phone during it, and I turned to her. I was like,
when we were driving, we got a cab ride back from the airport.
That's what I mean.
About like halfway through the ride, he's on his phone the whole time, and he just turns to me. I'm sitting shotgun. He just goes, "You hear Kobe Bryant died?" And I said, "Yeah," and he goes, "Crazy," and he just goes back to his driving.
That's what I mean. Like, what do you do? It's like I wanted to make a joke about that I didn't. It's just like you just walk. Breaking news, while tragic, is one of the great highs in life.
Yeah,
I mean that was the biggest. As big as it gets.
This will be top 5 to 10 of in our lifetime.
What's the name of I told this story before, but I broke the news of the astronaut. What was the astronaut guy who died? Buzz Aldrin? No, Neil Armstrong. I broke that too.
The elementary school one.
No, Neil Armstrong.
Challenge.
Neil Armstrong's dead now.
No,
Neil Armstrong. Challenge. I broke that to an entire section at Wrigley Field, and people clapped for me.
You're a hero.
Like, wow.
Well, I mean, you also you're responsible for this one, Laker Dan.
Yeah, that was poor timing.
Bad timing.
I'm starting to think that I control the internet and like how the world works, because like even the last 2 Chiefs games, when I tweet "Thanks for coming out, Chiefs," and they come back, and then Patrick Mahomes gets in the locker room and likes my tweet right away. Like I'm starting to think that something's going on.
How not to. I guess pat myself on the back on another joke. I told it to you, not a joke, but I said to you, Dan. I said, I mean, Roger Goodell, has to be furious because Super Bowl week.
Cuck.
They're getting off the planes. Tonight's media day. It's Kobe. Night tonight will be Kobe.
It will be Kobe.
I mean, I was even
thinking
days. All week that there's not much juice in the Super Bowl. What are we going to talk about for a whole week leading up to it? Well, now the answer is not football at all.
But and you can't. I mean, how much can you? It's been covered from every angle. The stories. Like I even don't know. I got a couple takedowns. I didn't really know much about Gianna, to be totally honest. But the videos of her playing basketball and like the same moves. And
Kobe on Kimmel, I think it was, talking about how she was going to carry his legacy and not a son, was
so like, invested in.
That was the nicest Kobe's ever looked. Like he dropped the whole like tough guy shtick for a moment.
Yeah.
Surreal. So all that stuff is very surreal, and obviously, the takeaway, not to repeat, its life is just fragile, and that was why it's mushy, because I wasn't going to be like on my social putting up a Kobe. That wasn't how I felt. I felt it makes you take a pause, and unfortunately what will happen is like 4 days later you go back to your life.
Right.
And you live it, but you should always kind of smell the flowers type thing. Today even a guy walking here to the hotel, he tapped me and he's like, I screenshotted your quote. that was awkward. I didn't know what to say. I was like,
Would you like just Google life is short? Yeah.
No, life is fragile.
You went to like your dream
move.
board or whatever.
Yeah, you got those quotes on deck.
And people have been following. I'm a big quote guy. Like in times of sorrow, I go to my quote.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Yeah.
Jimmy he said that.
Yeah, he did. So I guess the Grammys.
Wait, hold on. We gotta. We got Dana drinking all those beers on Saturday.
I think a zillion of them, right?
He drank a zillion beers.
Way to fix it, Dana. We good?
That was a real professional operation there.
We should probably cover that.
Do you think they stopped the game when like there's a rainy game? They're like, hold on one sec. Let me just get this in my shirt real quick.
Okay, so
for how long? During the Kobe stuff?
A raindrop?
During all the Kobe stuff when he said the great quote?
You probably just ruined that moment,
God
Dana.
damn it, Dana.
Everyone's trying to hear this heartfelt moment. Now they're going to be thinking about the raindrop. Unbelievable.
Who cares if a raindrop's on my
Amateur.
So you mean it was on the camera? Not,
yeah, when you see like the viewer, it would look like
It was on the camera, not actually on my face.
Well, there's ones on your face too.
I thought he said a raindrop landed and stuck.
You are a buffoon.
What do you think?
You are a doofus. You thought that he was wiping the camera?
What do you think?
On your head?
What do you think? The rain is a paintball gun?
You think that he can wipe water off your face by touching the camera?
I thought it was like Nadia Comaneci. Like she went off the trampoline.
You are absolutely
hey, make sure there's no raindrops on my face, all right, Dana?
The Grammys were last night. That was awkward for them. They did the best I thought they really could. It's at the Staples Center.
Kobe's building.
It's at Kobe's building.
Fans were like congregating there, right?
Yep. And then they told people not to because of safety. And, a lot of the celebs, like I know Lizzo, I was actually watching the red carpet, and Lizzo was like, I don't want to speak in respect to Kobe on an interview. And they tried to get her anyways, which was weird.
Move by the
clearing my throat, yeah. So the whole thing was a little bit off. I will say, Alicia Keys, and I know Billie Eilish won all the awards, who's awesome. Alicia Keys.
Nobody better than her.
This girl's on fire.
If she wanted to win all the Grammys every year and put out an album,
dueling pianos.
She would.
She's honest. Yeah. She is kind of like the LeBron, where it's like she probably should be MVP every year. The pipes, the piano.
Genius.
I mean, she should be.
She is. She actually wore lipstick for like a hot minute. She usually doesn't do that. She's the prettiest, most talented, coolest human I think who ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Great name too.
Here comes the sun.
Barely.
Who's Billie Eilish?
Come on, you know.
No, I don't.
Come
I
on.
honestly, give me the songs. What song?
Bad Guy. That's the big one.
Does it with Bieber. She's got a million. Oh, you're a bad guy. You because I'm wearing your girlfriend's cologne.
Whoa, what is that for?
She's got nails, like big long nails, green hair.
She wears baggy clothing because one time she got shamed of being fat. Her baggy clothing was though Gucci. She wears weird color hearing. Her brother's name is Phineas. You're a bad guy. Yeah, you know it.
Hold on.
You know it.
When is it going to start?
Your girlfriend doesn't like it because I'm wearing your boyfriend's cologne.
Okay, I know this song. Yeah.
Bad guy. She has a beard. She's huge.
I know this song.
Yeah,
she's somewhat new.
17.
Yeah, okay, all right. So then I'm not.
But I think she won song, record, album.
Okay, all right. I'm on it.
You know what? That was like when Ichiro won MVP and Rookie of the Year. That's what she's doing right now.
What's the name of Eleven in Stranger Things? I got her.
Bobby Brown.
That's what I get confused with.
Yeah.
Super Bowl week underway. No one cares. Honestly, nobody cares. So, Dan, you're wearing that shirt. The Chiefs all were wearing that shirt on the plane.
The Hawaiian shirts, yeah.
Hawaiian. And George Kittle, our guy, comes off wearing the Barstool sweatshirt.
He was on PMT today.
Yeah, so good for him. That's all we'll talk about in respect to the Mamba.
Yeah. He had George Kittle had like a 7-person, it's not a motorcade because they were walking. But he had like 7 cops that had to walk him across the street to where we interviewed him. I've never seen anything like that.
Why?
I guess he was like, people were just going crazy for him. Trying to get him to Stone Cold Stunner beers and stuff.
Huh. They were like cops?
There was like 4 cops and then like a security
personnel.
There
was some police activity here last night, by the way. Choppers were circling, and there was like 5 or 6 police cars driving over the grass and shit. It was wild. I don't know what happened, but it was like Grand Theft Auto. It was a scene.
Well, we are in Vice City.
Yeah. I also will say a little tidbit for everybody, and which I shouldn't say loud. This is Barstool, the Quality Eats guy. We're right across from Quality Eats. Meat. No, Eats.
No, Meats.
That one's the Meats?
Yeah.
The guy who runs it's when I say a gigantic, it's literally gigantic.
So we're
really
getting on the house? On the
I almost
house?
went there last night. That place is huge.
On the house?
Yeah, but he's a huge stoolie.
Well, he's not a huge stoolie. He's
not.
He's just maybe able to get tables, Danny boy.
On the house.
Billie Eilish, look her up.
On the house.
Last one. So I was here this weekend. This story, Dan, I haven't even told you this yet.
Oh no.
I was there for Pegasus with Elio, and I had cross-border running in that's the horse I own, $200,000 stake with Three Diamond Farms, so I own 25% of them, $200,000 race. I bet $4,000 on him to win.
No.
Elio had, I think, $2 on him to win. We partner, and I had a try with him on top, field.
No.
Has the lead the entire race. Gets nipped at the wire, comes in second to a 35-1 shot.
Oh my!
So if it stayed there, it's probably $100,000 in my pocket, not including the stake. But here's the part, Dan. Here is the part which you're not going to believe. I'm going to show you it right now in real time. I'm going to show it to you. Everyone, patience, hold.
Hold your fire.
Yep, I'm going to find it. I'm finding it.
Oh no! Is it something Elio did?
Nope.
Okay. Something the horse did?
I invited a friend who works at 11 to come with me.
Okay.
Read this. This is before the race, minutes before the race. This is my race. Read it out loud.
From the top?
Yeah.
Business director bet 500 on the 11, 30-1, lightning money on fire. I have the 7 big, lighting money on fire.
7's cross-border.
Oh, man. So he bet the 35-1 that won. Motherfucker.
Right before the race, he sent me that.
Unbelievable.
And then here's...
Yeah, you said Unreal Jinx. You said you kept saying you didn't care, but I really do feel like a dick for how these drunk assholes handle themselves, so I apologize. I'm holding a big corner for you. Let me know when you're coming.
Yes. So here's what happened. The kid...
Oh, no.
It was not him. A kid just showed up who worked at 11.
In your box.
In the box, in shorts, shit-faced.
Oh, my.
He works at 11, so he bet on the 11, which was 35-1. The guy, my friend, texts me before the race, says, this drunk asshole just wasted $500.
Just lit. Oh,
and
my
the 11
God.
is who beat me at the wire by an inch at 35-1.
And he's cheering in your face?
He took the money in my suite and threw it all over the place.
You should have killed him.
And then I'm sitting on
Murder
the couch.
would have been okay.
I'm sitting on
Murder would have been okay.
I said you're gonna have to get
absolutely. I'm surprised.
No, murder would have been okay.
He bought me a big bottle like Dom that
Nope.
night.
That's almost like spitting in my face. Like, here's my money to give to
that
you.
is.
Oh man.
Imagine getting that text.
That is as
just out of the
disrespectful as
blue,
it
right before the race started.
How does he have no sense?
He had no idea what was going. He was obliterated. He was like, it was literally 100. It was probably a $200,000 swing for me total.
That pains me just thinking about him.
And if you watch the race, find the race and put the race in there. When I say cross-border was gone and clear, he was gone and clear.
That's
Elio was just sitting.
Oh, my heart.
Also, a little Elio tidbit. I know, people like Elio went out Thursday night. He got so drunk, he was trying to say he got roofied.
That's
like,
a classic,
I don't
classic 18-year-old first night of college move.
I go, dude, I don't think too many people out in Miami are trying to roofie you 350-pound father of 4.
Yeah, that's like
least roofiable victim
That's
ever.
like first night of college. Like, oh my God, I got roofied last night.
With Kevin Hayes, who was here as well, and I told him that story. He goes, maybe it was the 3,000 vodka sodas he had. So, yeah.
He's the man who roofied himself.
Yeah. He was dead. So he's like, no, I got roofied. He's like, if the race today, I wouldn't have made it. It's like, nobody roofied you guys. So, yeah, that was the week.
That's painful. That literally, pains my heart thinking about that moment.
He came in with all the cash and threw it all over the floor.
After you
he knew, he understood.
I don't know if he knew. This guy was so out of his trees. I don't think he actually knew.
You should have.
Because that's the most disrespectful thing in the world if he knew.
I would have had Elio
he knew
cartoon style, pick him up by his pants and throw him out.
Elio just kept doing this, shaking his head, being like, and they just quiet. Elio's credit, he hit for close to $70,000 in the last race.
Whoa.
We ended up winning. But
I feel like that's an Elio special too.
Yeah, it was.
It's that last race.
But we're in the contest. And Elio gets points and cares very much about all the gambling contests when you put in. We actually came in 10th because of that hit. However, he and I swapped cards at the beginning of the day by accident, so it said I came in 10th and he came in last, so he didn't like that.
Oh, that's
There's
awesome.
always something like that with you guys.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Yeah.
double backs on a bet, or you switch names, you switch money, whatever. There's always something.
I can't believe that kid.
Unbelievable. To get that text, he jinxed it.
How old
I'm
is
so mad.
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't
College
very
kid.
old.
He needs
Yeah.
to apologize.
He did
Conor
profusely,
McGregor
but
did.
still.
Apologize.
But I mean, to get that, it was more the guy who sent the text that he
Right.
just lit the money on fire.
Right.
Minutes
That's
before
such
the
a
race.
jinx.
Yeah, and then it obviously happened. So you find that clip if you can, whoever's doing
God
this.
damn it.
Did you see that, by the way, the Stephen A. McGregor feud?
Yeah, I'm on Stephen A's side.
What happened?
Stephen A. basically said Conor didn't show enough to think that he could go fight Khabib or
I agree with that.
Masvidal. And Joe Rogan took exception to that and was basically like, it's bad, it's dangerous for someone with a platform like that. It's bad for ESPN, it's bad for the sport, it's bad look for him. So then Conor jumped in and said, you should apologize to me because I dominated that fight.
We have Dana White announcing some fights on Friday at Rough
Sick,
and Rowdy.
by the way.
I've gotten the tip-off from our resident MMA and his best friend that he's not happy with the way I've dealt
I'm
with
sure he's
the,
not.
With the
calling
tomato
him a
can.
commit
That
tomato.
was
Yeah.
the same vein as that.
Yeah.
He said that's what Stephen A.
That the
said.
cowboy was
Cowboys
the tomato.
the twilight of his career.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which he's right. And MMA guys and Dana's they have very, very, very thin skin when you criticize anything about the sport.
Yes, please like my sport.
Right. So.
Yeah.
And Rough and Rowdy Friday. Hopefully things get back in the swing here in the next day or two.
More
Get
fun.
past all the tragedy of Kobe and respect to the family and I can't even imagine. It's impossible to imagine. It's just impossible to imagine.
It really is.
And
we're
that's
close.
on a human level for anybody.
Yeah, we're close to getting back to.
Yeah. All right. So that's the first rundown here in Miami.